Hello and welcome. As you prepare to lead the next generation of hospitality, we're going to explore one of the most critical questions facing our industry today. My name is Hostname, I'm a hotel AI expert, and I'm truly pleased to be guiding you on this part of your online learning journey with Europe Hotel School. Together, let's really dig into the future of guest loyalty.
Okay, let's just dive right into the heart of it. For decades, our industry has wrestled with this very question. We've built these incredibly complex systems around points and tiers and discounts. But is that what truly creates a loyal guest? Is it really just the transaction? Or is it something deeper, something far more human? This whole explainer is designed to challenge that traditional way of thinking and explore a much more powerful and, frankly, more resilient form of loyalty.
So first, we need to really understand the model that so many hotels are still using, and more importantly, why it's fundamentally a trap. This is the world of what we call transactional loyalty, and it's built almost entirely on financial incentives. Now, here's the interesting thing. These transactional programs, they do work, but really only up to a point. Sure, they can drive repeat bookings in the short term. The problem, though, is that the loyalty they create is incredibly fragile. You're basically training your guests to be price sensitive. So the moment a competitor offers a slightly better deal or a few more points, poof, that loyalty just evaporates. You get locked into this endless race to the bottom, constantly fighting on price and price alone. And this chart, well, it just lays out the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got that transactional model. It's built on a really fragile foundation of financial incentives. But look at the right. You have emotional loyalty, which grows from a strong base of trust and genuine connection. You see, the driver for one is simply the price. For the other, it's a real relationship. And the final outcome? Well, it's the difference between someone who just buys from you again and someone who becomes a true advocate for your brand. That's a powerful, powerful distinction. All right, so if the old model is a trap, what's the alternative? It's all about shifting our focus from the transaction to the relationship. It's about building what we call emotional loyalty. Let's explore how this approach builds a much stronger, more resilient foundation for your business. This right here, this is the goal. Emotional loyalty is what happens when a guest feels a real personal connection to your brand. They stay with you not because you're the cheapest option, but because they feel seen, they trust you, and they know they'll have a consistently positive experience. This is the kind of loyalty that can withstand a competitor's discount because the relationship itself is worth so much more than a few dollars saved. So, how do we actually build this? It's not about some grand, complicated gesture. It's about being strategic. And most importantly, it's about being human. In this section, we're going to break down the practical pillars of a modern, emotion-focused retention program. The foundation of this whole approach is understanding that not every guest is motivated by the same thing. A successful program has to be flexible. Some guests will absolutely love a room upgrade or some kind of exclusive access. But for others, the most valuable reward is the simple convenience of an early check-in or just the emotional impact of having their repeat business personally acknowledged. One size just doesn't fit all. Now, these might seem like small things, but operationally, this is where the magic really happens. Greeting a guest by name isn't just being polite. It says, "I see you and I remember you." Acknowledging a previous stay or a special occasion, that transforms the interaction from a sterile transaction into a personal moment. The key, though, is consistency. This feeling of recognition has to be delivered at every single touchpoint, from the moment they book online to their final checkout. Okay, this is a critical strategic point. Your loyalty program can't just feel like some generic add-on. It has to be woven into the very fabric of your brand. The benefits, the language, the experience, it all has to feel authentic and credible, reinforcing what your hotel truly stands for. Think about a luxury brand, for example. Its entire promise is built on this idea of exclusivity and prestige. So its loyalty program shouldn't be about mass market discounts, no way. It has to reinforce that promise by offering privileged access, unique tailored experiences, or services that aren't available to just anyone. It has to feel special. Now, let's contrast that with a lifestyle brand. Here, the focus is often on community and shared experiences. A successful program for this kind of brand wouldn't just reward the individual, it would create opportunities for connection. We're talking about social events, exclusive workshops, or group activities that strengthen the bond not just with the brand, but between the guests themselves. So we've covered the what and the why. But here's the thing. None of it matters without flawless execution. A brilliant strategy on paper is completely useless if it doesn't translate into a real, tangible experience for the guest. And there are two areas where these programs most often fall apart: staff engagement and measurement. This quote, it just gets right to the heart of the matter. Your frontline staff are not just distributors of rewards. They are the builders of relationships. They are the human face of your loyalty program. And if they don't understand its purpose, if they don't truly believe in it, it will inevitably fail. What's absolutely essential here is that training can't just be about the mechanics of the program, the what. Your staff have to understand the why. They need to be empowered to deliver recognition sincerely and naturally, not just by reading a line from a script. When your team genuinely wants to make a guest feel valued, the emotional impact is 1,000 times more powerful. Okay, so you might be thinking, how do you measure something as intangible as an emotion? Well, you do it by looking at the behaviors that emotion drives. As you can see from these key indicators, we're tracking the results. Are guests coming back more often? Are they staying with you for longer over the years? Are they actively using the non-monetary benefits you offer? And crucially, are they referring new business to you? Because a guest who becomes a referrer is demonstrating the absolute highest level of emotional loyalty. All right, let's bring all of this together. As the future leaders in this industry, the responsibility for making this strategic shift, it really falls to you. The old models are fading away. The future of guest loyalty is being built right now, and it's being built on a foundation of genuine human connection. If you take only one thing away from this explainer, please let it be this. This is the fundamental mindset shift. Every decision you make, every benefit you design, every staff interaction you orchestrate, it should all be viewed through this one lens. Does this strengthen our relationship with the guest? And so I'll leave you with this challenge. This is the new benchmark for success in hospitality. It's not just about getting guests to return. It's about creating an experience so meaningful and so personal that they choose to go out and share their story. So the question for you is, how will you build that connection?